Hey everybody, welcome to today's topic where it will actually be digital versus physical. I made a little list about the pros and cons of each thing, and I figured it'd be a nice topic to cover. Other people have done it, but now you'll have mine. We'll start with physical and the pros. Obviously, from this, you'll see that I am a large fan of physical. Come on, you piece of junk. From the Snuffs account that I have, you'll see that I have a lot of books and audio books, children's books, coloring books, regular books, adult novels, all the kind of stuff in print. Piece of junk. I hate this app. You'll also hear me complaining about my phone because it's not a very good one. Spent way too much time with this. Another thing you'll notice if you ever use the Snup app is that once you'll put too much stuff on there, the app becomes extremely slow in loading. And CDs, because this will be digital. This will be digital versus physical for CDs, books, movies, TV shows, video games, all the kind of things you can buy a physical version and a digital version. Here's a bunch of stupid CDs that I had. You get my point. I still even have the old VHSs. But so you get the point that I have a lot of love and respect for physical media. It's one of the main things I collect. So here's the first pro. Once you buy it, you own it. Right off the bat, once you buy it, you own it no matter what. They could do a recall. It's like George Lucas doesn't like the original Star Wars films, the original cuts. But if you own the VHS copy of the original, nothing you can do about it. You can have it forever. They could do a recall. You don't have to return it. There's been recalls before, like Disney recalled Song of the South. A lot of people kept their copies. Some people returned them. Sometimes recalls are because factory errors. Sometimes it's just because they don't want it on the market anymore. Sometimes it's because it's dangerous. So you should look into recalls before you turn them in. Unless you want to keep them like the McDonald's cups that had Shrek 3 on it. Not Shrek. It was Shrek Forever. I actually kept mine. I don't drink out of them. I never drunk out of them. They are sitting on a shelf, but I kept mine even though they are poisonous to drink out of. And I put a little post-it behind it. So if anybody ever takes them out of the little shelf that they're on, they'll see, don't drink out of it, poisonous. The other pro for the physical is you actually get to hold on to something and show your love for it. A lot of times, movies in particular don't get any kind of love. Like before the stupid Funko Pop things were popular, if you liked the movie, it was you owned the movie. At best, you could own the poster, and that was it. Now, if someone walks into your house, they see a big movie rack, they'll see that, yep, you're a movie lover. And also, movies can be art, like the Steelbook. Like, for example, I hated Civil War. I thought it was boring. I fell asleep during it. But I still bought the Steelbook mainly because back then I was buying Steelbooks from everything. But also, I kept this one because I think it looks really nice. And if I ever get around to displaying the things properly, this will be one of the ones displayed, even though the movie is garbage. Because the Steelbook, the artwork of it, is beautiful to me. Also, you'll see that a lot of people love having libraries, having that feeling of it. Come on, you piece of garbage. See, if you type in movie library on YouTube, like I did back when I recorded this at 6 p.m., see a bunch of people have it. They love showing them off. They love experiencing. It's a community feeling. I'm turning my phone, trying to get the speaker close to it, but my phone doesn't. Since it's a video, it does that stupid shit. Sorry for that. Also, a bunch of garbage and people talking about Plex, and I'll get to that later in the digital version. And for games, you'll see people like making their little man caves based around video games. Like this one is the guy on YouTube, CJR. He has a huge video game collection. And it's about, sometimes doing this is expressing yourself. So that's another thing, that's another pro for physical, is that it allows you to see it. You'll have the experience. You can also give you the experience of having your own personal library, being able to live in your collection. Or you'll also get it's like people like the Angry Video Game Nerd. He remade a freaking VHS store, like an old rental store, like a Blockbuster, in his basement because he loved that experience so much. And having physical media allows you to do that. Next up, digital. The pros for having a digital. And you'll see that also from having the physical stuff, I also have a large digital one, both legal and illegal. But I always buy, even though I download. Here is the physical digital one, and I've watched this occasionally. I've watched them sometimes. I don't always watch them. It's like every now and again. But a good thing for digital is, let's say I randomly want to watch a movie. Let's pick John Wick 2. Let's say I wanted to watch that, but DVD's at home, TV's at home, I have my phone with me, I'm in an airport. Well, I can watch it. I'm not actually going to show it to you because, obviously, copyright. But I could watch it as long as internet is available. Or signal. So, that's a pro for them. Same goes for movies. Or TV shows. Also for video games. But video games, the digitals that I have are ROMs. Because obviously, I'm not really big into video game digital ones. Heck, I made a video about Spyro the other day about how much I didn't like it. But I do own all the games I ROM'd out. So another good thing about digital is, if you're lazy, if you want to be the laziest piece of junk on the planet, you could sit there. All I gotta do is have your system on or have your thing on, whatever your digital's on. Like let's say you're using legal movie owns like Vudu, and you have your Xbox on because that's something that has it, or your PlayStation or your Amazon or whatever. You don't have to get up and change the next thing if you want to watch another movie. Or you're watching a TV show and you want to binge watch. You don't gotta get up and change anything. You just gotta let it just play all, and boom. Or you use a controller and boom, boom, boom. Physical, you got to get up, change the disc, put it in, sit it back, grab the case, get up, grab the case, walk over, put it in, take the old one out, put the new one in, put the old one back in its proper case, unless you want to put it in the newer case, because I've done that before. And then go back, hit play, and then sit back down and hit play. Digital, you don't have to. So digital allows you to be the laziest mother effer on the planet. Same goes for video games. A video game in a digital format, if you have it on the Xbox, you could put the whole thing. You have like 4 games on the Xbox. Okay, you're playing. You rage quit. Go to the next game. Or you get bored because the game you're playing is boring as hell. You switch over to your next system. Instead of having to get up, or some cases turn the system off, get up and put the new games in, all you gotta do is hit menu, go to the next game you want, hit play. It'll say, yeah, you want to quit? Yes, no. Sorry for morons being around. They are really annoying with their bikes. Those of you who know anything about psychology will realize that yes, when men have loud motorcycles or loud cars, it's because they have a small genitalia. Another pro for digital is it takes up less space. Let's take books, for example. Same could go with everything else. You saw JR sing, he has to have his whole entire basement dedicated to his video game collection. Well, digital fits in the palm of your hand. Doesn't take up any space. You could put it on a shelf. and no space dedicated to your collections. They have their own little devices and everything. The con category for both digital and physical. I believe I started with physical. Yes, the cons for physical media. They can be damaged. A CD can be scratched. A ream can break. Can catch on fire. But obviously, if your house catches on fire, you're gonna care more about your house being on fire than your collection. That might be second nature to you, but your first thing you should be caring about is the people who live in the house, your family, your friends, your pets, and then your actual house, your insurances. They're obviously not going to cover collections, but that's one of the risks you take, being alive. Another con for that, besides damaged, is it could be stolen. Someone could break in and steal it. A lot of people aren't going to break in and steal movies anymore because obviously no one really wants them. They'll just legally download them. But you can be stolen. Like somebody complained about their 3DS being stolen. Well, if you don't put all your games together, you lose your system and the one game that's on your 3DS. That's in your 3DS. If you carry them all together, well, can't help you there. So you lost everything instead of just losing the one game in the system. But then again, someone could steal your physical thing and you still got to spend money to buy your next thing because you got to go back and go log on to the account. The cons for digital, as I said the other day, it can be taken down without notice. iTunes has done this. Vudu has done this. Video games things have been shut down, like the Wii Shop is closing. Once it's closed, all the stuff that's in there, no matter how many times you've downloaded it, you can't download it anymore because the system will be shut down. It was only open for 13 years. So obviously after 13 years of play, you're probably not going to play them anymore, but still, if you have anything on just a heads up, if you have anything on the Wii Shop, download it now to whatever you're downloading it to, Wii U, just so you'll be able to keep it. Because once the system's gone, it's gone. It's like the 3DS Pokemon game things. 3DS, 2DS, the stuff for Diamond, Pearl, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Platinum. You can't do the Wi-Fi for that anymore, Black, White 2, because the Wi-Fi thing is dead for it. The Nintendo DS's online thing is dead. That's not the actual game, that's a little piece of it, but that's just a little taste of it as an example. And if we go back to movies and music, you don't actually own, when you buy a movie on Vudu or you buy a song on iTunes, you don't own that item. You own the rights to stream it. And once those rights, let's say those rights expire, because we want to start our own digital platform. I mean, movies aren't going to do this because they all came together before their Movies Anywhere. But iTunes has still done this, so sorry for the chair. They gave me a broken chair today at work. They want to take it down. They take it down, and you gotta buy another. And when they re-release it, well, you gotta buy it again. Sometimes they'll let you, like Vudu. When they cut it off, you have to buy. You have to rebuy for the Fantastic Four movies. They were just there still. So a con for digital is if it's randomly taken down and you feel like watching it or you feel like listening to that song, oh well, SOL, you gotta go to illegal parts. I know some people don't care about illegal stuff, but with the Digital Millennial Act that Obama set through a couple years ago, it's gonna matter in a few years if they decide to go for it. The best thing, they both have their pros and their cons. The only best thing for everybody would be the combo pack. Like this one. It was your Blu-ray, your DVD, your digital, and music. That would be the best of all worlds because you could have the digital on the side, but you also have the physical. You can put the physical somewhere like in your garage, your attic, your basement, wherever, and it'll always be there in case the digital platform dies. And then you don't got to actually get up and do everything like that. You could keep it as art if you wanted to. You could throw it away. You could sell it if you didn't want the physical version and you only want the digital one. Because you only care about the cloud. You think that will never fail. You love it. And you could sell the physical version. So the best of both worlds would be the combo packs, at least when it comes to movies or music, because a lot of music companies with CDs, you can rip them yourself, takes like 5 seconds. Or actually, I think the longest it ever took was a minute in recent history. But still, after that, sell it if you want to. You got the digital version, you got it on your computer if you don't think it'll never fail. Me, I keep the CDs and put them away. That's why I'm a little angry that they're not going to make them anymore, because I'll no longer buy music. Because with that thing a couple years ago, the Pink Floyd and the Beatles and everything, removing their stuff from iTunes, I'm not going to buy shit if I can't keep it. That's renting. And games, well, I know books have done that shit too. If we'll let you have it for a little while, because I think it was Random House or something. They decided that were going to pull out of Amazon because they weren't paying them enough money for the revenue for it. They weren't getting enough profit, so they were taking away all the books from them. And if you didn't have it on your system, you didn't have access to them anymore. And then when they came back, I think they allowed people to rehab it. It was a couple years ago. It was like when the Nook was first coming out, and the Kindle and all them. And games, I don't have much experience in that. Like I said, it's just some. If it dies, it dies. I mean, you can have it obviously as long as the network is up. You can always re-download it. But if the network goes, so does your access. It's like maybe in the future they might, if they re-release it, they'll connect. Hey, if you had an old password, we saved your data. You could we'll allow you to re-download it, or like Spyro. If you still have the disc, and you have if you have a PlayStation 5 and you put your PlayStation 4 disc inside your PlayStation 5, you can re-download 2 and 3 for free because you had the disc for 1. I don't know. I mean, once they shut down a system, they tend to throw away the data. So I don't know how that, or they could keep the data, I guess, but I don't know how to fix that one. Don't you hate it when people want to go deaf? I mean, they blast their music so loud that boom, 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 boom. I was like, what the is wrong with these assholes? They blast their music so loud. I mean, if they want to go deaf, just stick some Q-tips in your ears as far down as you can till your ear canal hurts. Cram it a couple times, you'll go deaf. They'll be much happier. That's a little off topic, but still. So, there is no clear winner. It depends on your taste. If you prefer digital, buy it digital, and if the thing ever goes away, it goes away. If you buy physical and you decide and you have a house fire, well, you should care more about your house being set on fire than your stuff. And hopefully your family and pets are fine. It all depends on you. If you like going to stores, or you like libraries or old movie theaters, if you like the experience of having stuff, it'd be that. It'd be physical. If you like digital, then get the digital. It's all up to you. Those are just my pros and cons for digital and physical, and also a little rants and some stuttering. Side note, this is why it takes so long for me to edit the audiobook entries, because, well, I have a stuttering problem. I've had it since I was 3 years old. And I stop and I have to think about things. He was right in front of me. I have to think about the word because my mind knows what the word is. Hell, I wrote it. But my mouth won't say it properly. So I gotta slap, hit, tongue tie, do the noise to get rid of it. Yeah, there should be some kind of law where, like, if a cop pulls you over and your speakers are blasting, they take a gun out, shoot your speaker, and say, hey, if you get this, put a little sticker on the back of your car. If you get pulled over again at this car and it has speakers in it, your car's impounded and sold to pay for taxes. The noise is annoying. People should not be allowed to have that crap. But to get back to that topic I was on, like, I just went on that little tirade about the noise thing people make of their stupid ghetto music and all that crap. Other people play that stuff too, but that's just what was playing right now was ghetto stuff. I have to go back, cut it out, and I have to use a computer for that because the internet thing on here, the app I found that cuts stuff for the phone, which I sometimes use because it's a really bad app. It slows down your ability to play music. It pauses it constantly. It pauses YouTube videos for no reason, just pauses it. So it's not a very good app. But it's the only one on the phone that actually works that I found. And it's easy to use. So I have to use it, uninstall it, and reinstall it and all that stuff. And when I go to use it. So I can't do it on the phone because it would take... God, it took like 4 hours to do the... No, it didn't take... Only took like 2 hours. I did 2 videos, that's why I took 4. It took 2 hours just to do the Ant-Man pop thing. And you saw how small that video is. It's only like 4 minutes. A chapter can be up to 20. So I gotta take time to sit there with the computer. Still takes about an hour or 2. But still, unless you have because my computer is a piece of junk. Like a literal piece of junk. So anyways, have a good one.